Good morning, everybody. Shift your mindset here with a new episode. And this episode will be facts first, cry later. Maybe a little bit controversial video, I don't know, but I'm just being honest in everything I present to you guys. So we'll see how it goes. Facts first, cry later. Facts is first about Jehovah's Witnesses. Second part will be about former Jehovah's Witnesses. The fact is for me that you are following earthly men. Men with a history, men are raised in a certain way, men who's coming maybe from another religion, but everything in life we take with us if we don't change. So the way you are brought up, the rules you had, you pass it on to your children. If you don't do something about self-growth, about personal growth, about shifting your mindset. And that's what's happening in the Watchtower religion, in the Jehovah's Witness religion. Russell was there, then Rutherford came, he changed rules. Now we have a governing body who also is changing the rules, more about real estate than about religion. They don't care about religion because they're not printing Watchtowers, Awakes and every other magazines. There's no updates in their religion, only on the surface some things. And the fact is you just following the wind of change of those men who are now at this moment in charge. If there's a new governing body tomorrow, there will be another change. We saw it with Tony Morris. He didn't want people to have beards and pants. He's gone and now it's changed. So you are not following the Bible. You're not following Jesus. You're not following Jehovah. You're not following any one of them. You're just following how some men get up in the morning out of bed, get a bright idea and change something to keep the following people in line. Okay, let's get into some examples. Because we were taught as JWs that any custom with a religious background was wrong, had to be rejected. So, in this Watchtower from 91, 30 years ago, almost, no more than 30 years ago, Jesus followed a religious custom. One that was not commanded by God, and even incorporated it into the Passover ceremony. Customs acceptable to God might even develop in strictly religious matters, this Watchtower states. When God outlined the Passover ceremony, he didn't mention the use of wine. But by the 1st century, it was customary to use cups of wine. Jesus and his apostles didn't reject this religious custom. They find it unobjectionable and they followed it. This article, this Watchtower 91 article, explains how it's not a valid conclusion to avoid certain practices or to avoid wearing certain items because they were associated with pagan ceremonies. And that's the key word for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, that's pagan. Oh, that's pagan. But everything is pagan. A wedding ring, pagan. Everything is pagan from origin. So this argument is also used for not celebrating Christmas, birthdays or other holidays. But the article is very similar. Oh wait, I closed the door. The wind is coming. This article is also similar to what Stephen Lett said in his governing body update, because he said there was no need to make a rule about toasting and clinking those glasses. Watchtower 91 also said Christians should avoid practices that conflict with biblical truth. Still, all kinds of objects, designs, practices have at some time or place been given a false interpretation or have been linked up with unscriptural things. Trees have been worshipped. The heart shape has been viewed as sacred. And incense has been used in pagan ceremonies. Does this mean that a Christian must never use incense, have trees in any decoration, or wear heart-shaped jewelry? That is not a valid conclusion. Watchtower 91, their own material. Everything they say, you can counter with their own words and material. Stupid, huh? Why are we still busy following those men who are just getting richer and richer instead of you? So, just because it's pagan doesn't mean you have to avoid using it. That's the bottom line. Engravings in the temple included garlands and palm trees. Clearly, pagan use of flowers or garlands didn't mean that true worshippers always have to avoid using them. Then you have also a question of readers about flowers at funerals, stupid stuff like that. But you can't have a beard for 100 years, you can't wear pants, but you can wear lipstick and mascara. Double standards. You're just following what some men tell you that's good and that's not good. We go back to an article in 2000. For instance, giving flowers to bereaved ones may have had its origin in religious superstition. In addition, the color blue, we all use that as Jehovah's Witnesses, often associated with baby boys, was thought to frighten away demons. Mascara served as a protection against the evil eye, while lipstick was used to discourage demons from entering a woman's mouth and possessing her. So they were wearing lipstick to keep away the demons. But it is okay for Jehovah's Witness women to wear lipstick. You see, people, these are the facts. There is nothing wrong with lipstick. It's never said somewhere in the Bible that you can't wear lipstick. Lipstick was often used as a bad example of people who were going against Jehovah. So someone, interpreted that Bible verse as that you can't do this, and that. But that's a human interpretation. The fact is, Jehovah never said to somebody, you can't wear lipstick. Even you had the 10 Commandments, they were clear as whatever you want to say about it. It was clear commandments. Don't you think that if Jehovah finds something important, that he also made it very clear in a commandment or a rule or whatever? There is no rule about birthdays. There is no rule about celebrating New Year's Eve, about chasing away the demons with fireworks, stuff like that. It's just somebody who's going all in and getting weird stuff in his head to make up something, to limit you, to be different from others, to be special, to feel special, that you have the only true religion in the world, stuff like that. It has nothing to do with the facts. Nothing. So, over the years, however, the religious associations have faded, and today these practices and customs have no religious significance. The piñata was also a thing. Piñatas were also from the Mayas, evil things, but they say in 2003, the piñata has lost its religious significance. Christians should be sensitive to the conscience of others. A main concern is not what the practice meant hundreds of years ago, but how it's viewed today in your area. And that's in line with what Stephen Lett was saying in the governing body update, that how the customs are in every country in the world can be different. In the Netherlands, no one is looking at a pagan history when they're celebrating their birthday. It's about we are a year older, this is my birthday, this is my day of birth, now I'm 20 and I'm giving a birthday. No one is thinking about hundreds of years ago and it was a pagan thing and heads were chopped off in the Bible and stuff like that. No one is thinking about that. So, according to these articles, old articles, it's okay to celebrate your birthday, to toast. Christmas, maybe they go back to Jesus and Bethlehem and the stars and all those things. Maybe Christmas is something they still hold on to, but the other things, like Valentine's Day or whatever, other holidays, Easter, there's nothing but stopping you. Matter of fact, if you do read your Bible in John 10, then Jesus was in Jerusalem during the festival of dedication, also known now as Hanukkah. And he was there. He was not only, he chose to be in Jerusalem at that time. He was specifically in the temple. The temple was the symbolic center of what Hanukkah commemorated. He was in the center of Hanukkah. He was in the center of that feast, in the temple, during that festival. He didn't condemn it. So even Jesus was there during that festival of dedication, Hanukkah. So he didn't take a stand against it. He was there in the center of that festival, busy with his teachings in that temple. So, what are you doing, guys? How are you still going to talk around all those things? You are trapped in a web of lies. You are held hostage with something that is not real. So I think, going to the annual meeting in months, I think there will be other changes. According to these articles, it's in the same sense of way as what Lett was saying now. That it's up to your conscience, that you have to look at different countries and what the habits are, what they do there, how they view it, stuff like that. So I think more changes will come because they can't keep up with holding people back from things that are not backed up by the scripture. Jehovah's Witnesses are now so far away from following word for word what the scripture is saying. There was nothing against beards. There was nothing about pens. And now are the pens, the governing body pens are on fire now. Because people will leave in big numbers. Because they are lied to for too long. And that's a fact. And people, please change your mindset. Shift it from, hey, I'm blindly following somebody to, hey, I'm in charge of what I believe. Not some old man in headquarters who are living a lavish life and who are just doing things to control us, to keep controlling us, to get more fear in us, give us on the other part, a special feeling that we are different from the world. Yes, you are different because you're not following anything that the Bible is saying. So that's it, guys. That's the facts about Jehovah's Witnesses. It's just a man-made religion with man-made rules, and there's nothing that Jehovah is channeling towards the earth through Jesus, through the governing body, that they have a meeting and praying and that they get a sense of what Jehovah is wanting for his people. They are just men making up stuff for their followers, for the followers. Nothing else, that's the fact. That's it, guys. Thank you for this small note. Also in the ExJw Witness community, I want to say, I've thought about it a few days. Shall I say something about it? Shall I not say something about it? But I'm just gonna say it. I saw a video a few days ago about a YouTuber, and I respected that YouTuber big time because it helped me with waking up in my process, those videos. And that's important for me. That's why I started with making YouTube videos, to inspire other people to make a good choice for themselves. That they have all the information, that they have the facts, and that they can decide on their own what they're gonna do. I'm not gonna push you into something I don't want. So those videos are very helpful about the organization, how it doesn't, how do you call it? Doesn't add up. That I had my doubts. They were confirmed by those videos, and I'm truly grateful for all those videos I saw from that YouTuber. But sometimes also the former Jehovah's Witnesses, I have not a problem with it, but I don't like it. And why don't I like it? I will tell you. Facts first, cry later. Who's gonna cry? I don't care. I'm just being honest, and I say everything I want without holding back. So I see a lot of people online making good quality videos. And people like that. But they need a lot of followers to keep up with all the work. And that's your own problem as a YouTuber. That's not the problem of the people who are watching, in my opinion. So I'm not about editing clips and all that stuff. Sometimes I do it, but it's about the message you give them, in my opinion. And I see that when I'm talking about personal growth or life after Jehovah's Witnesses, that the viewers go down. But if you have news about the Jehovah's Witnesses, viewers go up. So a lot of people pick also subjects about things they know their people will like, and a lot of people are still stuck about in that time from being a Jehovah's Witness. So they want to hear things about that, and they are not ready yet for the whole way, the afterlife of being a Jehovah's Witness. We all go through phases, but I don't pick my subjects about what I want to talk about for the viewers, but because I want to talk about it. And now I saw 2 days ago a YouTuber that is gonna move, and that's gonna be expensive, and it's gonna be this, and it's gonna be this. I have now, I don't know, 200 or 300 patrons, but I need 400 to maintain this work. And I let it slide for a year or whatever now, because I see it's a pattern. Every few months, he is gonna ask his followers, he's gonna share with his followers that he's not gonna make ends meet to keep on doing this. So people subscribe, people are gonna pay for Patreon, pay for YouTube to support him. But I don't think that's right. In my opinion, it is not right. I'm also having a membership on my channel. Yeah, I have only a few members. Sometimes I get a super thanks for somebody. I like that. I'm honest about it. I give my time. It's okay to get money for that in return. I can tell you, with my following, with my number of subscribers, it's not much money, but I'm grateful for everything I get. And I don't do it for the money, I do it for the message. And with that money, I buy a cappuccino for myself and my wife. I buy some food for the ducks. We have 2 new ducks now, for the donkeys, for the chicken, whatever. It's well spent. But I'm not gonna ask you guys for money. I don't like that. If you want to follow me, if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you want to become a member, you get the privilege to see this video earlier than the rest. If you want to pay for that, I'm grateful. It's your own decision. But I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers that's gonna ask every year, 3 months, that, oh, I can't make ends meet, and I don't know if I'm able to produce videos in the future. I don't like it. And I think, and that's why I'm saying this, it's a bad reflection on every former Jehovah's Witness. Because it's more like Jehovah's Witnesses who say, yeah, we need money. Every time in the broadcast you see the donation begging from the governing body that they need money. They don't need money. I don't need money. We are all struggling. I have also bills to pay. You have bills to pay. We can't look after what's behind the screen. So I just want to say, don't fall for the trap of getting pushed into something on an emotional plea of someone. It's not about I'm being emotional and oh, it's so tough and I don't know if I'm gonna produce other videos because yeah, at the moment I need more members, not subscribers, but members. And if I don't have this amount of members, then yeah, I can't make ends meet. And then you're not, how do you call it? I find it pathetic because you're not a victim of something. You choose to produce videos. And I think we have to be producing videos because we care for the people who are still in. And it doesn't matter if there's more money going out than in, as long as you're being happy and have that drive and have that joy and dedication to reach as many members and ExJw for witnesses as possible. It's about helping each other out. It's being a buddy. It's not being about the employer and people have to pay you for their services. Otherwise, you're gonna end your channel or have financial problems or whatever. Get a job, do less videos, doesn't matter. 1 video or 10 videos, every video will help people. And that's my message, people, that I think it's not right to ask other people for money, because I was the one who started this. I wanted to do this. I gave it a shot. And if you have to end it because you are financially struggling, then do something else. Change the way you do your videos. Do less videos. Take a job. We all have problems. We all have things we have to do, sacrifices to make, but don't put that burden of you on other people, because then you are not different from the governing body who's getting sentimental, emotional to get that people donating more. Because, oh yeah, we have a new project and we are short this, like a convention. At the end of the convention at 1 o'clock on Sunday, they say, oh yeah, we're still missing $3,000 for this facility. Aren't we grateful for this facility? And that's the same, what I see, that thing is the same as you as an ExJw for witness asking for money. And I'm not making friends maybe now, but I don't care. It goes, I will talk, it's my channel, I'll talk about what I find important and what's bothering me. And that's bothering me. We all came from the Jehovah's Witness religion. We all have things to unlearn and not going on the same thing that we used to do. So it's important that you spread your message. It's important to help people finding a way out, that we supporting each other, that we are virtual friends. And I'm so grateful what I see in the comments for people who are just like they are friends of mine. And that's my how do you call it, reward, not the financial thing. Of course, I always like it when somebody gives something, a super thanks, or is becoming a member. That's part of the game. But never, 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 never will I ask people or persuade people or to convince people that they have to become a member for me to grow my channel or whatever. No, I'm in charge. I can talk whatever I want on every subject. I can talk what I want. Sometimes I know this is a subject that's not for everybody yet. And I see it every time in the views are low. But if I have news about the Jehovah's Witnesses, I know the views will be high. But I'm not in it for the views. I'm not in it for the subscribers, the number of subscribers. I rather have 5 subscribers that feel like friends than people watching and not changing anything in their life. I become the most happy person if somebody says, hey, this video, that's what I needed. Oh, thank you so much. That's what I needed in this phase of my life. Only one. If we save one member of the channel, subscriber of the channel, viewer of the channel, that's gonna start his own critical thinking and sees through the lies of the Watchtower and the governing body, I will be dancing all day here because I'm happy that somebody choose for themselves instead of some fat man in New York controlling every aspect of your life that they don't have anything to do with. They don't have to interfere in your marriage, your personal life, your work life, whatever. They don't have to do that. But if everybody is waking up, I'm an happy man. Money or no money, that's the message. So thank you for watching. I'm a little bit curious how it's gonna land with all the viewers, but this was my honest opinion. I'm not holding back. So let me know what you think about it, and we see each other on the next episode.